Welcome back to Ops with Void. I'm your host, Forgotten Void, and this week we will be going through Narai and using the Akatsuki to go through it. The Akatsuki is a torpedo boat. Narai is not very friendly for torpedo boats, so we will show how you can do decent with a torpedo boat that has very terrible guns. Now, the Akatsuki itself is a Fubuki glass. The difference between her and Fubuki is she does not have the rear turret removed for extra AA guns. The Fubuki later in the war, they removed the rear turret so that they could get more AA guns to help against the America's AA advance. But they put these 25mm AA guns that did absolutely nothing to Americans' airplanes because they couldn't track the planes quickly and were very, very short range. So in essence, they really didn't do much. They removed guns for morale support. Anyways, onto the captain skills. What we have is the basic destroyer build. If you would like to build into a torpedo destroyer first, after the basic 10, you'd get Fill the Tubes, and then Adrenaline Rush, and then my suggestion is radio location for different reasons. The other options would be Fill the Tubes and go from there. Swift Fish and go from there. But I do radio location because that helps know where things are in PvP, and it helps know where things are in Raptor Rescue. Other than that, it's really up to you. With that, we'll go into battle. Okay, so for this one, I think this battle was back when I was regrinding this line up for Research Bureau points. I wanted Illinois. And I like Illinois. It's good shit, but it can't be used in ops at the moment, unfortunately. It was fun in asymmetric when we had that battle type. Anyways, back to the Akatsuki. So it doesn't have torpedo reload booster, so you're not going to be able to torpedo the first ships. This, if you're in a Yumo, or if you're in Shiratsuyu, or any torpedo boat that has torpedo reload booster, you can go ahead and use it, and you can hit the New York, and the New Yorker is going to be your target. You hit the New York early for some easy damage, which is really good if you spawn on the right side in Narai, but on the left side it's not really that good, even if you had it. So, as you see, I have armor piercing lined up. That is because I am going to be gunning at the mule. Yes, this is a torpedo boat, but we can use the guns. It does have 6 of them. So we have went ahead and put ourselves in the heal circle just in case they decide to fire back at us. The big reason why this is not a gunboat is because of this abysmally long reload. As you see, we have only gotten 3,000 damage. And we're trying to just not putting ourselves in harm's way yet. So I didn't launch the torps because 1, I thought New York would be dead by now. 2, the Harbin would have taken the torps. And so I was expecting Harbin to launch torps, but nope, Harbin didn't launch torps, but New York was able to, something was able to Citadel, or take most of the New York's health. And there goes Harbin, charging ahead, straight into torpedoes. And our Harbin has been quite better. I make bad jokes, so sue me. So here we are, we're moving to go towards the transports. We can actually do the transports. So we're torping ahead of the white line because the QE will speed up. And what we're doing is we're using the islands to keep ourselves unspotted from. So you have the island in between us and the cruiser, and an island between us and the QE, and the Farragut is out of range, but we can go ahead and get some pot shots off on the Farragut. And the QE is down. So now we're able to steam ahead and go for the transports. Now I was expecting someone else to go to the transports and we could just go down the left side of the transports, and that was actually my plan. But Harbin took a lot of damage, so Harbin's obviously not going to go for transports. And pretty much anybody else is on the other side that are transports, so it's probably going to be me going after transports. However, big however, we mentioned that the Akatsuki is not a gunboat, and there's a Farragut guarding the transports. We would lose to a one-on-one fight against the Farragut. So we're just going to ignore it and go faster. If you are fast enough, which I believe the, most destroyers usually are fast enough, because the Weimar is fast enough. The most destroyers with speed boost are faster than Weimar with a speed boost. What you can do is you can go around the backside. And so you just pass the destroyer going through this route. So we have AP lined up to hit the Leander hard. So we're sending torps this way because Leander likes to turn in this way, and we want to discourage that because bots know when torpedoes are in the water. And you see we're on radar. Thank you, Missouri, or whatever. But now we see the Farragut's at low HP. It's at low enough that we can gun down. So we were going to turn in, go around and chase them, but now that the Farragut's at low HP, that we can gun it down, we're going to face it. Thank you, carrier, for hitting the Farragut. How do I know it's the carrier without even looking? It's the only thing that can hit the Farragut from behind. So we were smoking up to try and disengage from the Farragut while shooting, but the carrier just ended up deleting it, so we didn't have to. The communication ship, St. Clair, does have a little bit of moving around, so that's why we weren't throwing torps. It does adjust its speed and course a bit around that turn, but that's why I wasn't waiting. I was waiting for the torps until that was finished. Also, again, abysmally slow gun turning. I wanted to wait until I wanted to keep as many guns as possible. As you see, we out-turn our guns. It hurts. I'm going to show you something else. We load AP, get within 2 kilometers, and pretty much anywhere on the fort we can pen. Apparently, the windows, you can shoot through the windows from like 2.5 to 3 kilometers. You can get through the windows, but when you're not aiming through the windows. And here I wasn't paying attention. So we went too close. So we have to turn around. One, I wasn't paying attention, and two, there was a smoke screen hiding them. And since we have another ship chasing, I thought, okay, maybe Maybe they'll get them. Yeah, and so there's that. If you get all of them, you get what was Shark Among Shrimps, but is now Fox in the Hen House. I believe at the time I was recording this, it was still Sharks Among Shrimps. So they got it. And so I could sit here and gun down the fort with armor piercing, but with how low the reload is, no point. It's too little experience for too much time. Killer whale, you need to do it because otherwise it would kill you. But for here, we could just run away and do something else. So that fort you can just leave alive. You don't actually need to kill it. So here we are, we're going into the harbor, the Albemarle. The reason why I did not mind that he took the other two transports is because the Albemarle, I can almost guarantee they're grinding through the boat. And having not completely ground through the boat myself, I can understand how bad of a grind it is. And I wish him luck with grinding through the Albemarle. Yeah, sure, people. It's an okay boat, but it's just an okay boat. It's nothing great. Bad armor, slow reloading guns. Doesn't even have the special HE properties that British battleships get. The HE just hits hard. That's it. Anyway, so what we're doing here is we're getting set up to be able to torpedo ambush ships as they come in. So we're going to start with some torpedoes for the Bretagne. And what we're doing is we're waiting for torpedoes for the Mahan. So this is kind of the safe style. So since the ops reworked and ships start shooting as soon as they come in, we've gone back to this is how you should play Narai. You stay safe, use the islands, and you ambush your targets. So like here, we're using the islands to keep unspotted while the Mahan comes up, and we're moving up so that the Mahan corpse won't block when we kill the when we go for the Omaha. And so there's the Omaha. Omaha's there. Omaha came up a little bit later than we'd like, but we're able to throw torps out. And there comes the Omaha's hydro. Yeah. Now I want to throw torps here, but the Omaha's corpses could be blocking the New Mexico, so we're waiting for the corpse to not block. And we're just going to sit here in our safe zone. Use guns a little bit. We could have shot the Jervis a little bit more earlier. But actually, no, we didn't shoot earlier, just so we didn't get spotted from the New Mexico. I don't know. Just to be safe. I didn't check how close he was, but he was close enough that I didn't want to risk anything. And then there's radar. I believe that radar is from Chapayev. We throw the torps at the Indianapolis, they're not needed. So we sent some hopeful torps at the Anchorage. I don't think we're going to get any torp hits. as we move away, because the anchorage also has hydro. We were going to go for the Queen Elizabeth, but with that down, we don't have to. And looking where our ships are, I'm thinking, oh, they'll probably get the anchorage, whereas the New Mexico and the Chapayev are going to be an issue. But just in case, I send some torps out. And then we're going to get into a position where we can torpedo the Chapayev and the Colorado. Starting with the Chapayev, because Chapayev has radar, and hydro, and high DPM guns, and torpedoes. Chapayev is not fun. So Chapayev spots the torps, therefore hydros. Or no, that was... something hydroed, or Chapayev already had hydro up. I don't know. And it just went down. Strange things. Stranger things have happened. So here we are, we're smoking up. Atlantico gets smoked up because we can. We're just really using the smoke for ourselves. Atlantico getting smoked was a happy accident. But yeah, now we're going on to the other side. The other option would be the island over there. A small island, and getting on the other side of that so the anchorage can't shoot you. So either coming all the way over here and getting out of the way, or using the other island as a blocker. Either one works, but that's how you would go for in a torpedo destroyer. And there we go, we have a victory. I don't know, Bruce didn't pay attention if King got taken out. Yeah, no, our transports, that's what. We did get the carrier, but we didn't protect the transports well enough. Well, as a torpedo destroyer, you can't really do that. So anyways, 8 kills. We're second on the team. Of course, the Atlantico gets top. We have 176k damage with our torpedoes, 38k damage with our guns. This is very much a torpedo destroyer. And these stats, if anybody was interested in it. Anyways, so this is a torpedo, and that's going after the transports in a torpedo boat. It's generally the best way to run a torpedo boat is to go after transports. That, or you go as if you're going for the CV route and torpedo Missouri, and then you turn in and you don't go for the CV and you let someone else. But you have to state ahead of time that you're not going after CV if you do that. Even then, it's a little bit risky because Missouri has radar. The best bet is to go after transports like you just saw. Anyways, if you have any questions or any comments or anything, please let me know. I'm pretty active in the comment section. If you didn't like this video, go and put a thumbs down and I'll know about it and I'll try and get better. Yeah. Anyways, I hope to see you again next week with our next video. Have a good one.